I started my art journey actually here at Cardinal Stritch, I believe, because I had brothers who came here and they were heavily involved in sports, and the only way to keep me occupied was to give me crayons and colored pencils in the stands and paper to draw. And I think that kind of fed into my love for art today. And then my brothers always influenced me to keep drawing, and we draw with each other. And then my family was just always so supportive, and anything that I needed, anything that I wanted to do, they just encouraged me to do it. And then in school, I would just always draw all the time. You know, I didn't always have the most amount of friends, but I used that time to, develop my art style. And that kind of kept me going, and then developed and started taking it really seriously as I entered high school.
She's an incredibly not only talented artist, but just overly committed to the artistic medium and expanding her art into the surrounding community and participating in various competitions. And even here within school, she's taken it upon herself to kickstart an elementary art club, which has not happened up until this year. And she had actually mentioned it to me last year, and kind of just, it was more toward the end of the year, never happened. And she came back this year and said, hey, I want to be able to inspire some of the younger students and kickstart that desire and that urge to be creative. And she has been present for every single art club, and she's helped with planning and getting materials prepared for it. And so I think all around she just hits every base when it comes to a creative attitude and mindset, and wanting to promote that in the community and within the school. Well, this is my first year teaching her, so she has been taught by one of our other teachers up until this point. And so I kind of have been watching her from a little bit of a distance and seeing her grow. It went, I think, she did a painting last year of her sister that just, I think, knocked everybody on their feet. And it was kind of like, oh my gosh. I remember she came over and showed it because she'd been working on it at home, so we hadn't seen it at school. And it was just kind of left everyone a little stunned and speechless. The scale of it and the realism and the time and commitment that she had to have put into it, I think, was when it first hit me like, oh man, this girl's gonna go somewhere. This girl has a talent and a gift beyond, for me, I think, definitely beyond any high school student that I've seen, but even beyond some professionals, I think. And so then to have the opportunity to teach her this school year, I knew off the get-go that we were gonna put some good, I think, lots of time and effort into just pushing her.
This year I started out with actually it was last year I started out with a 4-foot painting of my twin sister. And that actually started sophomore year, and it was the first portrait that I had ever painted. I had mainly done cartoons in paint or just, played around with it, but nothing serious. And I actually found an artist online who did giant hyper-realistic portraits. And I thought, why can't I do that? And so I bought a 4-foot canvas and then just started going with it. And I developed a technique, and 10 months later and 150 hours later, I finally had a piece that I felt was very strong, and that kind of developed me into my own style. And then I developed a portfolio for the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards that really captured what I had been working so hard for. And everybody in the portfolio has had such a big impact on me that this is my only way to thank them. I'm not the best at words, but I can show how I feel about somebody through my art. So I have my brothers and sisters, to my dad, to my grandparents, to my art teacher, There's just a wide range of people who have helped me, and this is my only way to show it.
I'm so proud of her. She's overcome so much in her life, and she has just come out on top. She is the best artist I have ever seen and probably will ever encounter. And I'm so proud of her, and to be able to claim to be her friend is an honor, really. Well, when we were younger, I told her I was going to be her manager, and I was going to get her into art contests and all of this stuff. And I did not get to be her manager. I did make her a Facebook account, but beyond that, I never really did much for her, so I guess I can't really take any credit. But she has just grown as an artist. She's worked hard and she dedicates all of her time to her artwork. And I know there's been times where I'm like, Amanda, come hang out with me. And she goes, I have to paint. What do you mean? I can't leave my paintings. And she's just such a dedicated person and she puts her all into her art.
It's not for me if I'm good or not. It's, do I love what I'm doing? And I have found the thing that I love to do and want to do for the rest of my life. And I think that's huge to find at such a young age. So whether or not I always think that my art is good, I don't know. But just for me, it's the love of it, which keeps me going. I have an Instagram page that I've had since the 8th grade, which really pushed me to keep creating art. First on there, I started, just copying other people, just trying to get art made. And then I really developed my own skills from there and my own style and how I wanted to work. But I was able, through my art and through social media, to get out a positive message. I've dealt with mental health issues and bullying, and I took a stance on that through my art and through social media. And that's why I think art is so impactful, because, you can have such a big impact on somebody with just a picture that you drew. Art is so much more than what people take it. I personally talked with thousands of people who told me their stories, and I helped them through it. I had to take a step back for it to focus on my own self, but I still love doing that, and I still do that to this day. And you take a step back from it and realize how much art does impact people. Even if they don't always appreciate art or don't understand it or don't do it, you can still promote a message. And my Instagram page is @ArtistAmanda if anybody wants to check it out. I had the amazing opportunity to participate in the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards my junior year after 10 months of working on my portrait of my twin sister. It was about a week before the deadline. So I thought, I'm gonna enter it. We're gonna see how it goes. I don't know what's gonna happen. And I was very, very, very fortunate in that competition to win the highest I could regionally, a gold key, along with an American Vision nominee, ranking me in the top 5 pieces of art in that competition regionally. And then I went on to win a national silver medal nationally, which ranked me in the top 2,000 out of 320,000 pieces of art. So it was so crazy, and that just kind of kick-started everything, because it was like, this is insane, like this doesn't happen to me. And so from there, the people at the competition said, well, we'd love to see your portfolio. And I thought, well, I just did a painting that took me 10 months. No more is going to happen. And then in July, after almost finishing just one other painting, I decided that I was going to go for the portfolio, which was 8 pieces of art. So I had 7 months to make 7 paintings. And, it was a crazy experience, but it taught me so much. And with that portfolio in that competition, I won 2 regional golds, 1 silver, and then a gold portfolio. And one of my gold paintings ended up winning a gold medal nationally, which ranks me in the top 500 to 600 pieces of art out of 330,000. So just having opportunities like that are absolutely insane. I'll be traveling to New York City in a month from now to celebrate that award, and just knowing that is incredible. I've also had the opportunity to get involved in the Congressional Art Show, and I only had a week to do that painting because it was right after the Scholastic one, and I didn't like it very much, but I was like, this is the best I can do. I'm proud of it. We're gonna see how it goes. And I actually ended up winning first place in that show, and it was so crazy and incredible just to know that my hard work is paying off. And then I also had the opportunity to submit a couple pieces to the university that I will be attending, and I ended up winning Best of Show there. So it's just been such a crazy year that I don't think I was prepared for it, but when I've worked so hard for it, it all comes together and it all makes sense. So I'm just really thankful.